Mic check. What's kicking, family? This is Mr. Batch of the BBC, the Big Blue Commission. That's right, giant fan that I am. That's right, representing the Big Blue. Now, over my shoulder is the 47th precinct in the Bronx. If you want to know exactly where that is, this is the age of modern technology. And guess what? Do the good old thing that what anybody would do these days, and that is Google Earth. That's right. That's today's lesson for those out there. Let's say, we'll call that the geography lesson for today. But the reason I'm out here standing in front of the precinct is because for you guys out there, before I get into the stuff of the BBC and the Giants and the message that was left by the tough guy inside the giant BBC Big Blue Commission, and I refer that's my reference to Truth Under Fire when he left the message concerning about the injuries and everything like that we're going to be coming out of the bye week and then taking on the Miami Dolphins. But before I get to that, let me kick it to y'all like this. This is a public service announcement to all my fellow GTCers out there and those who are sports fans and sports aficionados and the like. You guys spend a lot of money on this memorabilia. You spend a lot of money. You know, you take your hard-earned money and you go out there and you buy this stuff, you know, which is representing your team that you love and hold dear to your heart, that you have the emotional investment, and then you plunk down your hard-earned money. Today's Daily News has an article by Michael O'Keefe, and it's titled 6 Busted for Selling Bogus Sports Jerseys. You heard what I said? Selling bogus sports jerseys. That's a big thing now. Come on, guys. You guys spend a lot of money on that stuff there. I mean, hundreds of dollars. I'll give you an example. I had went several years ago with a friend of mine out to Long Island. I forgot what the name of the place was. Was it Rockville Center? I'm not sure. But the reason I went with my buddy was he was getting his helmet picked up that he purchased from Steiner Sports. And it was going to be signed by the person that he had purchased it. And it was a Cleveland Browns helmet, and it was, yes, none other than Jim Brown. I wish I had some of the footage back then. You know, it was years ago, and I had took a couple of shots, and I don't know whether my man has that or not, but he got his helmet signed by the great Jim Brown, and I had a chance to, you know, shake his hand and say hello, Mr. Brown. Come on now, the greatest running back. I never got a chance to see him play. I got a chance to see him in his movies, but the only thing I got to see of Mr. Brown was the clips of him playing ball. So let me get a little bit more into this before I do the BBC stuff real quick. That's going to be real quick because I'm going to get more into it as the week goes on. Okay, sports memorabilia. 6 sports memorabilia guys have been charged. It's been a 4-year investigation conducted by the Chicago FBI and other federal agencies. Okay, now they're executives from several companies. Now, if you know of these companies that you dealt with them, you know what, I'm trying to give you these information so that you know whether you got some authentic stuff or not. Let me see. We got Legendary Auctions, Heritage Auctions, Gray Flannel, Professional Sports Authentics, Hunt Auctions, Leland's, and the now defunct Maestro Auctions. Now they've been questioned by investigators in the recent years. Now this is a big thing. Now you guys spend a lot of money. You know, my man Mr. Kelstar, he's got a great wall there with a whole bunch of stuff going on there. My man Peyton's Ion Sports, I've seen him do his stuff from some of these sports memorabilia places. Love that stuff. My man Mythos, he's got a few authentic things that he, you know, has in his videos, you know, from sports memorabilia. Okay, now I'm going to try and give you some more information so that you guys can run with it. But remember, this is an article in today's Daily News by Michael O'Keefe. Hopefully you can pull it up online and read for it yourself. I'm just doing a quick skim through so that you guys can have some idea. Well, let's see, who else we got there? There's also another defendant, Eric Islenberg. He's a New Jersey dealer. Linked to a North Carolina warm-up jersey that sold at a 2007 Maestro auction for $11,000. Damn, $11,000. Somebody shelled out $11,000 for a fake jammy. Makes you want to kill him, don't you? But I ain't trying to see any of my fellow TTCers go to jail because some fool wanted to try and get over on them. All right? Okay, what else I got in here? I'm trying to give you names and people. Okay, we've got Mitchell Schumacher of Wisconsin. Okay, he was a target of Operation Foul Ball conducted by the Chicago FBI more than 10 years ago. So they've been on the trail of these guys for a while because there's been some fraud out here. Okay, he pleaded guilty in 2000 to frauds and swindles and received 3 years probation and fined $30,000. Let's see. All right. Now, okay, who else we got here? We've got a press release issued by the office of Patrick J. Fitzgerald, the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, said defendant obtained hundreds of jerseys from retail outlets and other sources, then scuffed them up to make them appear to have been game-used wear and tear. Damn, these guys went at length, man. They went to your local Target, or for us here in the Tri-State area, Modell's or something like that, Sports Authority, got these jerseys because, you know, they like to say, hey, we're the authentic outfitters of such and such. They get them and scuff them up and rough them up. Man, damn, what a scam. Okay, now we also have a Florida dealer, Bradley Wells, was charged with 2 counts of mail fraud. 4 other men, Schumacher, Bernard Gurney of New Jersey, Bradley Horn of South Carolina, and Gerard Oldridge of Nevada were charged by information of mail fraud. Yo, because once you start, you know, doing the interstate thing, the feds get involved. And when the feds get involved, they gonna get you. They gonna get you. Now, the defendants, if convicted, face up to 20 years in prison and fines up to $250,000. I hope they give them both, man, because, you know, a lot of you guys go out there and spend your hard-earned money on this stuff because the emotional attachment inside, you know, with the teams, various teams and whatnot, and you don't want to get taken for a ride like that. It drives you to kill. Sorry, I had to use that term there, but, you know, it gets you your dander up. Okay, an FBI agent, sometimes accompanied by other federal investigators, had handed out subpoenas and questioned dealers at every national sports collectors convention since 2008. So they've been on their game. They've been out here trying to track these cats down and get them because they're committing great fraud against you, John Q. Public, and the avid sports fan of various teams out here. Now, all right, now more than a dozen law enforcement officers led by United States Postal and Inspection Service agent arrested a Minnesota dealer. Now, this is for my man Peyton's Eye on Sports. I hope, you know, you haven't run into this cat. This cat is named Steve Jensen of Vintage Authentics. And he was collared at the Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont, Illinois. That's why I'm trying to get these names out. And information is that the Fed said Jensen has sold bogus game-used jerseys his company claimed to have been worn by Alex Rodriguez, Mark McGuire, and Albert Pujols. Yo, I hope they get him, they nail him, find him, lock him up. Hopefully this information here for you guys is good for y'all. Hopefully, you know, you'll investigate it because hopefully I gave you enough information. Once again, it's an article in today's Daily News by Michael O'Keefe called 6 Busted for Selling Bogus Sports Jerseys. And hopefully you guys, you know, were not caught up in that sting, and I won't have to read about you or hear about you in the sports pages or over here on the net that you got locked up for committing murder because somebody went and, you know, did you in. Now, that was my public service announcement for the entire TTC out there. and hopefully I've done my justice for it. Now we'll turn the page to Big Blue. That's right, we're coming off of a bye. We're getting ready to take on the Miami Dolphins. Justin Tuck is coming back, and what my man Tuff said, the tough guy in the BBC. That's right, truth under fire. I just shortened it to tough because that's what it comes down to. Tough. He's a tough guy. That's what the Giants are. The Giants are tough. We're getting ready. We're coming off the bye week. We're getting ready to take on Miami. Miami made a mistake by being a 1-point favorite and losing to Tim Tebow. And that's opened up a whole new phenom now for the Tim Tebow-led Denver Broncos. Now, they're in trouble. Sage Rosenfels, who was cut from our team, went to Miami. Now he's been put on injured reserve due to some kind of blood stuff, blood whatever. Now they had just picked up. Who did they pick up here? Who did they pick up? They just picked up. Who did they pick up? They picked up. Oh yeah, J.P. Losman from the Buffalo Bills as a backup to Nat Moore. They don't want to win, do they? They don't want to win. And guess what? We don't care if they don't want to win because we've got a 3-game homestand coming up. 3-game homestand coming up, starting with Miami, and I believe that we're going to do very well. Prince Amukamara's coming back. I'm going to look to see what the other BBCers have to say, what information they have about who's coming back for our team. And it's going to be, hell to pay now that Justin Tuck is going to be back. He's going to play the rest of the season. That pinched nerve in his neck is really going to have to take him out for him not to play. But bottom line is, he's going to be playing in these games coming up. And man, we're going to have a hell of a rotation on that defensive line. With the defensive ends, defensive tackles, Prince Amukamara coming back, we'll be able to slide Antrell Roll back to his regular position, bring in fresh legs. You know, the injuries have hurt us somewhat, but we have been able to maintain the wins. We've been able to maintain the wins so far, which is key. That is a key thing that we needed to do, that we have been able to maintain the wins. So, on that note, Mr. Batch is going to sign off, and like I said, hopefully you do hopefully I gave you a lesson here with the Google Earth to find out where I'm at. Hopefully you was watching the beginning. And if you weren't watching the beginning and you came in the end, this is the 47th precinct in the Bronx. Google Earth to see where it was. Look for the article in the Daily News concerning the sports memorabilia fraud. And we got another win coming up. Coming out of the bye week, we're going to smash the Miami Dolphins. This is Mr. Batch from the BBC. I'm out of here like I stole something. No, I don't have warrants. Because if I had warrants, do you think I'd be standing in front of the precinct? Peace.